You hate feeling hungry, or are you even so afraid of it you can't remember the last time you actually felt hungry? Then you're definitely not alone. So listen on to learn why I now love feeling hungry and how this helps me stay at my natural weight with ease. Hi, I'm Jules, and welcome to Joyful Eating episode 211. So, today we're talking about why I love feeling hungry, which hasn't always been the case. But before we get to that, the best bite I had, so on the weekend, I made a Szechuan chili oil, which is actually flavored oil where you cook some garlic and ginger in the oil, and then you mix it in with chili powder and Szechuan peppercorns. And yeah, so I made that and I had it on broccoli. So I had steamed broccolini, poached eggs, the chili oil drizzled over, and then when I'd fried it, I'd fried garlic and ginger in the oil to flavor it, and then I had them like discarded on the side. I had these little bits of fried ginger and garlic, so I just sprinkled them on top. It was so good. Like fried ginger, like the garlic was like as expected, but the fried ginger was like out of this world good. It worked really well with my poached eggs. Okay, but yeah, let's get back to feeling hungry. Okay, actually, speaking of this, chili oil is making me feel hungry. But anyway, so our plan today is first I'll share the story behind this episode, and then I'm going to share with you my 3 reasons why I love feeling hungry. And I'm going to sell you on this idea that hunger is actually a good thing. Then we're going to talk about how to change your relationship with hunger once you're on board with this idea. And then we're going to also talk about how to overeat when you're ravenous, because that is one of the downsides to hunger, is that it can lead to overeating. And I've got a bonus tip for you as well. Okay, so basically, so many people that I've coached in the Naturally Healthy Club have mentioned, or like it's come up about the fear of hunger, and I don't want to be hungry, so, and they've noticed like, oh, I don't want to, they think, oh, I don't want to be hungry, so they overeat, eat more snacks, or they overeat at the meal because they're afraid of being hungry, and so they want to avoid that. And so, of course, that causes problems because it means you're eating more food than your body needs, which equals weight loss, either not having the weight being stable or weight loss, not blocking the weight loss that they are looking for. I think that's why I wanted to do an episode on this, is just because I think hunger is really misunderstood in our modern culture. And I want to invite you into a different relationship with hunger. So first of all, let's look at the 3 reasons. Why do I love being hungry? Why is it something that I see as a friend? So first of all is food tastes so much better when you're hungry. And I'm sure there's research around this. I haven't actually seen any specific studies, but I know like, our senses are more heightened when we're hungry, and we just we experience more enjoyment when we're hungry. And my Irishman always has a saying that hunger is a tasty sauce. And it's so true. Like, it really does make food taste better. So that's number one reason. And that would be reason enough. But another reason I love it is that when I'm feeling that sense of hunger, like growling in my tummy, like feel really alive. Like it feels too good to have that strong connection with my body of like, yes, my body's telling me something. It's telling me I'm hungry. I know what that means. I know how to satisfy this. And it feels good to be alive in that way. And then the third reason that I really love hunger is that it's a sign to me that I haven't been overeating, because, particularly what used to happen to me is I'd be in the kitchen cooking all afternoon, sometimes all day, whatever, and I'd be picking all day, eating little bits here and there, and I wouldn't so then I'd sit down to my meal, and then of course I would eat anyway because there was this food in front of me in the bad old days before I was naturally healthy, and of course that caused a problem with weight being a struggle, but it didn't feel good. Like, sitting down to a meal when you are already stuffed does not feel good. Whereas when I feel hungry, either before a meal or if I sit down to a meal and I am hungry, that's a good sign to me that I haven't been picking and I haven't been overeating. It means that I did a good job of not overeating at my last eating occasion because I'm ready for food now. I see that as a reward. It's like a good sign that I did a good job. So yeah, those 2 reasons I really love hunger. I think it's such a helpful thing that we have, and it's actually quite a enjoyable thing to experience. So how do you go about changing your relationship with hunger? A couple of things. First of all is like deciding to see it in this positive light, to actually choosing that actually it's good for me to feel hungry sometimes. And when you are feeling that hunger, rather than telling yourself something's gone wrong and that this is the problem, framing it in that way that, oh, this is great. I'm going to enjoy my food more. It means that I didn't overeat at my last meal. Great. It means I'm ready for food. Amazing. And also, I think it's an opportunity to, another thing that can be helpful to change your relationship with hunger is just to like, coach yourself and remind yourself, I'm not going to die from being a bit hungry, right? Or even a lot hungry. It's, I need to be going without food for a long time before it's actually going to kill me. So this isn't life-threatening, right? And just reminding yourself, oh, this growling in my tummy, it's actually a good sign. It's not going to kill me, right? And I think one of the things that did help me change my relationship with hunger was back in the day when I was doing intermittent fasting and some kind of crazy fasting routines. So if you are interested, I think having that experience of doing some sort of, even just skipping dinner intentionally and seeing how that feels can be useful for exposure to getting yourself used to feeling hungry. But you don't have to do that. It's just I did notice that really helped me build that evidence. Oh, I can skip a meal and I'm not going to die. That's not going to be the end of the world. That was really helpful on my journey to creating a healthy relationship with hunger. That's how we just do it. We just decide to see it as a positive. So when we are hungry, it's like, oh yeah, things are going to taste much better. That means I've done a good job. And seeing it as this positive thing, it's going to then remove the need for you to overeat. Because when you're like, oh, it's okay if I get hungry later, then you're not going to want to overeat at whatever meal you're having because okay, worst thing happens, I get a bit hungry, it'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. So it's nothing to be afraid of. But what do we do? Because when we do get super hungry or ravenous, obviously that you would have had that experience of being really hungry, eating everything in sight, and then feeling gross afterwards. So when I do, of course, try not to get myself into that situation where I am completely ravenous. But when it does happen from time to time, for whatever reason, and when I do find myself really super hungry, then what I will do is I'll intentionally let myself go for it. Like I won't try and hold back. I'll let myself go for it for like a couple of minutes, maybe, like to just like pack the food in. And then I take a pause and just breathe. And then I just go, okay, we've got some food in our tummy now. We're not going to die. Okay. And just take a breath and then set an intention for how I want the rest of the meal to go. And I remind myself that I am really hungry. I have been really hungry here. So there's a potential to overeat. Let's just slow down and take it slowly. And yeah, and remind myself that I don't want that gross feeling. I don't want to overeat here. And when I do that, like when I can relax, eat slowly and just slow myself down, take little pauses as I need, then that helps me. Just slowing down helps my body register, oh yeah, we've got food now, turns off the ravenous signals, and then helps me like transition into, oh yeah, okay, that feels like enough food. So I don't go into the overeating territory. But slowing down when you're feeling ravenous, first thought is slow down because the more you slow down, then the more your body has a chance to adjust, and it's better for your digestion, and it's more enjoyable, and it means you're less likely to overeat. So just in reminding yourself, I don't want to overeat now. Like I don't want to feel gross later. And then my bonus lesson for you is something that's a little bit counterintuitive. And that's this idea of eating when you're not hungry, right? So I've just been selling you on why this idea of having a healthy relationship with hunger is great. And you like want to be in tune into your hunger and why we love hunger. But then also, like, I think it can be a mistake to think that we should only be eating when we're hungry. And the reason for that is that it can be, we live modern lives. And so our opportunities to eat, sometimes it's time, like we have a lunch break at a certain time. And if we're not hungry then, and we're like, oh, I shouldn't eat now because I'm not hungry, but then our next opportunity to eat isn't going to be till after we finish work, then that can cause us to be like really over hungry at dinner time. And that's causes more stress than it's worth. So I think my approach is I think it's helpful to just give yourself regular meals. And so if you normally have breakfast, lunch, dinner, even if you're not hungry at a normal meal time, give your body the opportunity to eat then, just knowing, okay, well, I'm not super hungry, so I'm probably not going to need that much. So don't serve yourself out a giant portion, serve yourself out an appropriate amount of food. But by giving you, and sometimes you'll be like, your body will be like, no, I definitely don't need anything now. And so you can just have a couple of bites and then move on. But then sometimes your body might be like, oh yeah, I'm not super hungry, but actually this will be good. And by doing that, sticking into your circadian rhythm, that stops you getting ravenous and going into that cycle of, overeating, being too hungry. So it keeps it on a more even keel. So of course, it is great if we do happen to be hungry at meal times, but don't feel like you need to be doing that in order to have a healthy relationship with hunger and have a healthy relationship with your food and your body. So that's my bonus tip for you. So if you want 2025 to be your best year from a food and health perspective, so that there are actually two fun ways to work with me to get that to happen with ease. Joyful Cooking helps you learn to cook without recipes, which is amazing from a cooking perspective. But if you want to really dial in, creating a healthy relationship with hunger, creating a healthy relationship with food, then I invite you to join the Naturally Healthy Club. So it's my 6-month personalized group coaching program where I help you change your relationship with food and hunger. So you become one of those naturally healthy people who feels in control of what you eat and feels better in your body and your clothes and has healthy habits that support you. So the next group is starting in March. Join the list. So join the wait list to be notified when applications open, although when this episode goes live, the applications may be open. So just check out the link in the show notes and it'll either take you to the waitlist page or the application page. So yeah, it's super fun. I'm doing this work to create a healthy relationship with food and with hunger, and feeling good in your body is so worth it. So yeah, I'd love to work with you. Okay, have a beautiful week and I will see you next week.